Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Into the Net. And today we're on the way to Solitude for Cliftonville Women against Larne Women in the Danske Bank Women's Irish Premiership. And for those who know me, know that I'm a big fan of women's football. I have written for Arsenal Women, for the Islington Gazette on Arsenal Women, and I've also written a lot in general about women's football, but also about the Northern Ireland national team and the Northern Ireland leagues. So we're on the way to Solitude tonight for Cliftonville against Larne, and it's a game that I fully expect Cliftonville to win. They are the champions. Larne are fairly new to the league, although they have the investment in terms of their men's team. They haven't used it so much in the women's team, which I actually like. I like that a lot. I like that they're producing quite a young team, but I'm sure that in the future the investment will come down to that if they want to expand further. But yeah, really interested with this game tonight. Like I say, I think Cliftonville will be the clear favourites to win the game, but you know, they have their foot of Northern Ireland internationals. But Larne have qualities in themselves. They've got a striker, Holly Johnson, who I think is an excellent footballer. She's a clinical forward. So interesting game tonight. I've watched women's football since 2009. I'm now 27. So, you know, I still think there's so much to do in women's football, like we've seen this week in terms of the Spanish Federation. I think, you know, obviously there's a huge issue there at the minute. And I think that just shows you how much women's football needs to, you know, it needs to be respected more, of course it does, but there's still so many issues in the women's game. But I'm hoping to highlight the importance and the improvement of Northern Irish women's football. I think there's been a huge improvement in terms of attendances, in terms of how the game operates, since Northern Ireland women qualified for Euro 2022 last summer. I think they've inspired young girls in this country massively just to go on and play football. So let's get on the road and let's see the sights of Solitude in this Irish Premiership. 1-0 for Cliftonville, thanks to a goal from Tony Lee Finnegan. Good strike in the bottom corner after Larne failed to really clear. It was a bit of a scramble and it dropped to Tony Lee, who, nice strike, good finish in the bottom corner. 1-0 Cliftonville, and I sort of expect the floodgates now to open. Two goals in about 3 minutes. Incredible strike again from Tony Lee Finnegan. Ball just came to her on the edge of the box and she just bent it into the top corner. Outstanding technique, outstanding finish. Cliftonville 2, Larne 0. I think it's safe to say this game is pretty much over, but Larne were doing well. They kept it tight for the first 90 minutes of the game. Cliftonville I wouldn't say they were getting frustrated, but they weren't moving the ball as quick as they can. But obviously two really nice finishes from Tony Lee Finnegan, and that's the difference in class between these two sides. But that goal was just stunning, simply outstanding. And the more I keep looking at this camera, you're thinking, got it my hair cut today, Turkish barbers, and he thinks me a mess of this part of my hair. It looks a disgrace. But anyway, yes, Cliftonville 2, Larne 0. After 32 minutes, and you got to say, once that first goal went in for Cliftonville, you expected the floodgates to open, and that's exactly what happened. But there's been 3 stunning strikes in this game tonight, 2 from Tony Lee Finnegan and that one from Kirsty McGuinness. Unbelievable effort. Just again from range, from about 25 yards out, she picks up the ball and arrows it into the top corner, looping over the head of the Larne goalkeeper. But 4-0, and Cliftonville have really put their mark in this game. But I wouldn't even say they have been so much clinical. I just think it's the quality that Cliftonville have compared to Larne. Larne are kind of new in the Sports Direct Irish Premiership. So, and obviously Cliftonville the champions. So the qualities are shown, but unbelievable strike from Kirsty McGuinness, a player that, you know, if you watch Northern Irish football, will know that she can do that. Arguably the best player in this league, arguably the best player in the country. $5-0 for Cliftonville, and that might just be my favourite goal of the lot. I mean, we've had stunners from outside the box, but the way that this goal was worked, Tony Lee Finnegan with a sensational ball, just picked out Marissa Callahan perfectly. It was outstanding, the weight and the pass and the timing of the pass. It was a superb ball, and Marissa Callahan was just confident. She was jogging on the spot, and she just rolls into the net for 5-0 for Cliftonville. And, you know, Larne haven't done too much wrong in this game. It's just Cliftonville's quality. It's just been much better in those vital moments when the ball's been in and around the box. But 5-0, and I do think that is harsh on Larne, I have to say, but I just think Cliftonville's quality is just... Tony Lee Finnegan's been unbelievable, absolutely outstanding. She's scored twice, 2 extremely good goals, and then that pass, but she's controlling the tempo and she's dictating the play for Cliftonville in midfield. And Larne can't get out. They can't get out of their own half. Rachel Norney in the Cliftonville goal has hardly had a touch, but it's just the quality. It's just showing. 5-0 Cliftonville, and we're not even half time yet. And I just hope it's not one of those games that ends 10s or 12 or anything like that. I just hope that, you know, it calms down a little bit and Larne sort of work their way back into the game, because you hate seeing teams with the confidence so low. But yeah, 5-0 Cliftonville, and like I say, hopefully it doesn't turn into an absolute demolition job. Half-time at Solitude, Cliftonville Women 5, Larne 0. I thought Larne started really well, but obviously they didn't get the ball up to their main striker, Holly Johnson, who I'm a big fan of. I think great footballer at this level. You know, she's proven that she can do it at the top level, so I think, you know, we haven't really got her into the game. I think Cliftonville, obviously, the first 19 minutes or so, they didn't really have too many clear-cut chances, but obviously dominated on the ball. They were excellent in possession, but the breakthrough just didn't come. And then in the 19th minute it did come via Tony Lee Finnegan with a great strike. And then, like I said, once the first goal went in for Cliftonville, I felt that the floodgates were always going to open, and that's exactly what happened. And the quality is just shown. They're just completely different levels. You know, Cliftonville won the league last year, and they're showing all the evidence of why they are champions tonight. Tony Lee Finnegan, outstanding. You know, 2 extraordinary goals. Second goal was outstanding, and Kirsty McGuinness also with an outstanding strike. And Marissa Callahan, the captain, with 2. The first goal coming from the penalty spot, and then the second one, a superb ball from Tony Lee Finnegan. And Marissa Callahan was just so composed with the finish. So 5-0 for Cliftonville, and you know, it's 3 points on the board. It is another win, but hopefully in the second half, you know, even as a Cliftonville supporter, I hope it doesn't turn into a double figures type job like it did here against Ballymena United a few months ago. So big second half for Larne, big second half in terms of their confidence, But at half time it is Cliftonville 5, Larne 0.
Going over? Yes, he didn't. He didn't go to Dortmund, he went to Cologne or something, didn't he? Oh. Well done, Caitlin. Are we halfway? Yeah, we are halfway, yeah.
6-0 Cliftonville. Caitlin McGuinness with a finish in the back post. Again, another lovely little ball in. And Caitlin McGuinness, she runs onto it and just side foots it into the bottom corner. 6-0 Cliftonville. When there's not much Larne can do about that, because that was just sheer quality, and that's what Caitlin McGuinness does. Just incredible play, incredible strikers play. She has that instinct, and yeah, 6-0 for the home side. 7-0 as Caitlin McGuinness scores her second of the game. It did look like it might have been over the line as the ball came into Marissa Callahan and she lobbed it over Smith in the Larne goal, but it bounced on the line and then Caitlin McGuinness just reacted and she couldn't really miss and she sticks it into the bottom corner. So it's Cliftonville 7, Larne 0.
Stop the score. Get on that. Yes.
Hat-trick for Mr. Callahan. Cliftonville 8, Larne 0. And it's just another exquisite goal. She picks up the ball outside the box and she just chips it over Smith in the Larne goal. The accuracy, the weight of the ball, it's just perfect. It's a stunning goal. And it's Cliftonville 8, Larne 0. And, you know, like I said in the first half, Cliftonville have scored so many good goals tonight. And it just shows you the difference of quality between the sides. And as I speak, Cliftonville come forward again. And it's 9-0. It's Claire Shaw. The cross came into the back post. Claire Shaw, she takes a touch and she just fires it across goal. So it's 9-0 Cliftonville, and Larne are just, you sort of in football when you can see, you know, so many goals, the confidence goes, and that's exactly what has happened to Larne tonight. It's Cliftonville 9, Larne 0, Claire Shaw with the 9th. That goal was just poor defending by Larne, but going back to the Callahan goal to make it 8, it's just a stunning goal. The quality just to think it over the keeper is outstanding, the weight on it. But it's 9-0 Cliftonville, and yeah, I think 9-0, I don't know, Cliftonville have dominated the game, but in terms of does it flatter them, it's hard to say really, because they have dominated so much of the game and Larne have hardly got out of their own half. But just the quality of Cliftonville's play, it's been incredible. It has, to be honest. After the first 20 minutes when that first goal went in, and I knew that the floodgates could potentially open, but yeah, 9-0 Cliftonville, and they've just some of the nicest goals you'll see this season in the Women's Premiership of being at Solitude tonight, and it's a pleasure to watch. And if you're the Larne manager tonight, you're thinking you can't do much about that. The goals are just so good. They're from range and they're placed to perfection. So 9-0, and there's still a little bit of time to hit double figures, which you always hope doesn't happen in football really, but it is possible.
You know? Yeah, just as you called it. Happy birthday, Fee! Happy birthday.
10-0 Cliftonville, double figures have been hit, as you see. The corner came in to Fee Morgan, who for me is the best in terms of attacking corners in this league. Her aerial duels, she's outstanding in those. So it's a great ball in. Fee Morgan gets up, she heads into the bottom corner, and we have hit double figures. 10-0 Cliftonville, and yeah, Larne have just lost the head, to be honest. I mean, it's unfortunate really to watch, but yeah, they've just lost their head. 10-0 Cliftonville, and you're sort of thinking, I hope this game just ends soon, because you don't want it to become any more. so it's now Saturday morning. Thoughts on the game last night was how I expected it, to be honest. I didn't really think it would end 10-0, but I thought Cliftonville would be comfortable in the game in terms of the quality of the team. I mean, they're full of Northern Ireland internationals. Larne, I thought, were really good for the first 20 minutes, and then Tony Lee Finnegan rifles one into the bottom corner, and then scores a screamer, an absolute scorcher of a goal shortly afterwards. And when that happens, you sort of, that the opposition, their heads will go down, and they'll lose a bit of focus in the game, and Cliftonville just took momentum from that. But I thought Cliftonville were exceptional, I really did. I thought, some of the goals were just outstanding. Marissa Callahan, a prime example, was, the second half when she dinks the goalkeeper from range. It was just the accuracy and the quality, it was just superb. Last night, I think outlines there's still a big quality difference between the top two, between Glentoran and Cliftonville and the rest of the Northern Irish Women's Premiership, and that will only close. It will only get better. Other teams will start getting the investment that's required to challenge those teams. But for example, a team that I really like what they're doing at the minute is Linfield Women, in terms of how they've got so many young players, and they keep producing, and they've got a young squad that will only bid well in the future. Whereas Glentoran and Cliftonville right now they have been quite financially prudent in the window. Not in this window in terms of buying players, that's the wrong word, but they've been quite financially prudent in terms of their investment, which has been quite big. So it's been really interesting to see the difference between the top two and the rest of the Northern Irish Women's Premiership. But last night there was just huge gaps there, and it will only get better. It will only get better, but I still think there's a long way for that to happen, and that's what I said at the start of the vlog. I still think there's a lot of things in women's football that need to come before certain other things. But last night, like I said, I thought Cliftonville were just exceptional once they scored the first goal. I said in the vlog the floodgates would open. That's exactly what happened. But I hope to go to the cup final next Thursday between Cliftonville and Silent Swifts. Hope to have a vlog for that. I think obviously it will be much tighter than this game that we just vlogged will be. I think that I like Silent Swifts. I think they're quite a well organised side, and I think they'll challenge Cliftonville. I think they certainly will challenge them. So I hope this has given you, the viewer, a good insight in Northern Irish women's football. There will certainly be more women's football vlogs. Like I said, I've been a fan since 2009. I'm 27, so I've sort of grown up following it. And the scale that it's on now is something that I don't think we could ever have expected. But there's certainly room for vast majority of improvement. So as always, thank you for watching the vlog. Please subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye for now.